Oh, iCarly. Huh?
Yeah. iCarly?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to wish you a happy Juneteenth, my fellow Negro friend.
I never really heard about Juneteenth until Trump brought it up.
Yeah,
I still don't even know what the fuck it means.
Yeah, people hate Trump's so bad. And then it's like Trump was the one that brought Juneteenth.
Yeah, I'm like,
because everybody else wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah, I think it's celebrated in smaller
Texas.
circles. Yeah, maybe
Texas.
in Texas. But I'm like, I've never heard of it, and it doesn't really affect me. So I don't.
I asked a buddy about it too. I'm like, what do you do on Juneteenth?
A black guy?
No.
Oh.
A guy who lives in Texas.
Oh.
And he goes, oh, fuck, dude. We celebrate Juneteenth all the time in Texas. I'm like, how do you celebrate it? We eat watermelon and we eat chicken.
No,
and I'm just like, are you? No, I was like, stop it.
Yeah.
Are you serious? And he goes, oh, fuck yeah. That's all we do in Juneteenth. And I'm just like.
He was serious. Wow.
You made it sound like he was serious.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, oh.
Sure.
So I brought you this watermelon, and here's a bucket of KFC.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. No, KFC is gross. Popeyes, I eat some Popeyes.
Fuck you.
Dude, no, Popeyes, it's that crispy fucking breaded chicken. KFC's all wet.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, dude. It's like...
I will admit, though, no one can compete with KFC's coleslaw. That coleslaw is the best fucking... I've had many coleslaws. No one comes up to KFC's.
Coleslaw is just fucking wet cabbage, bro.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wet cabbage.
KFC's does it.
What about
amazing.
Cane's? Have you had Cane's?
I do. There's nothing special to them.
Yeah. Well...
There really isn't.
They have really good chicken tenders.
Well...
But what is this about the Juneteenth? What is it?
Oh, it's when all the...
I thought I was about to say something racist.
That's when all the black people were still working, right?
Where?
In Texas.
Oh, just in Texas. Oh, I get it now. Okay.
They were working in Texas. They weren't working. They were slaving in the fields. And then someone showed up and was like, what all you Negroes doing? Mm-hmm. Like, our master has us cutting cotton. I don't know.
Yeah, something
like that. Picking watermelons or something. Yeah. I don't know. And our master has us. I'm like, what the heck? All you people are free now. You've been free for a few months now.
Or whatever, yeah.
What? And I'm like, you're free. Oh, that fucking piece of shit master didn't tell us nothing. And then that was it.
Just don't tell him. Tell him.
I don't know what would happen after that. Do you think they just pack their bags up, or they storm their houses, get their shit, and take off?
So this is what I heard about slavery back then, because they didn't have anything. The only thing they had was on the plantation.
They had bunkhouses.
Well, no, but they didn't have personal possessions. They had their own clothes that they were wearing.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't have things, right? Because they were slaves.
Yeah, what would you do after that?
The thing was, a lot of slaves continued to live on the property, but they were paid and they worked.
Ah.
So because they had nowhere else to go,
they probably still treated them like shit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But they were getting paid, so it's different, It's like you're not my slave anymore, but I'm still gonna whip you, that type of shit.
Listen here, Tobias. Yeah. Here's half a penny, boy.
But they weren't considered American citizens, I don't think, yet. Because they hadn't been in the system or whatever, so then they had to, do that stuff. But yeah, a lot of them stayed, because where else are you gonna get work? Who's gonna hire a black person? You know what I'm saying?
You know how sad this is? I just looked it up. I found this off of SesameStreet.com.
Sesame Street.
Well, actually, off of the Facebook on Sesame Street. I don't know. It's a quick timeline. Juneteenth in the U.S. So January 1st, 1863, one of the greatest Republican presidents of all time, Abraham Lincoln. I added that in there.
Okay.
Issued the Emancipation Proclamation abolishing slavery in the Confederate territory. June 19th, 1865. General Gordon Granger led the Union Army to Galveston, Texas to enforce the proclamation ending slavery in the Confederacy. That's 2 years.
2 years,
bro.
Yeah. Well, when did the Civil War actually finish? I thought it did finish in 65. I'm pretty sure it did.
I'm assuming in 63, did it not?
No, because I think he did the Emancipation Proclamation, and then right in the middle of the Civil War, I think. Oh, got an offer up.
Oh, it's Elon Musk. Anyways,
no, but
So yeah.
Yeah, let's
And now it's a federal holiday.
Woo!
Yep. Because
Is it a federal holiday?
Well,
like postal workers don't have to work?
I guess.
Interesting.
Not like it matters because it's Sunday today.
Right.
But yeah, because Trump was just like... Trump was the one that brought it up. No one knew about it. I didn't know about it. You didn't know about it.
I didn't care.
I didn't even know. And then one day in the calendar, I looked up Juneteenth, and I started hearing it more often.
Right.
And I was like, where did this come from? And it was Donald Trump. President Trump. He was just like,
well,
Juneteenth, the great people, American people, black people free. Great day, great day.
I house many of them.
Yeah. God.
In my many hotels.
And of course... So if it wasn't for Trump, we wouldn't have known about Juneteenth in a way.
I mean, I wouldn't have given a shit either, you know.
But you know what I mean?
Like, not even Obama brought it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good fucking point.
Like,
because he didn't know. He's a Yankee. He's a Yankee from Chicago. No one's gonna know from up there. But we didn't know.
No one gives a shit. So it must only be like a Texas
southern thing. It's a southern thing. Yeah, well, yeah, Texas was the last state to let go of their people. So. And of course, Biden just wants to be all black.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna keep the tradition going.
I'm gonna make Juneteenth a federal holiday. I'm gonna make the whole administration black. Hey, Kamala. What day is June 7th, 10th of the 9th? A quarter? What? Yeah. Hey everybody, and welcome to About an Hour. I'm Cisco.
And I'm Josh.
Thank you. And this is
I just want to make sure you were going to say my partner.
It's like, what is he doing? I'm like on a roll, and then... Anywho, this is About an Hour, where we'll give you your weekly recap in the news, whether it be nation, worldwide, or local. When I mean local, I mean Arizona, since we're Arizona-based. And shall we just get started?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, yeah.
The first one is about not putting hogs on horses. And
Jesus Christ.
So TikTok star, side note, I just want to throw this really fast.
Okay.
So Jennifer Aniston is in Heat, not in Heat, but she's she's got a lot of shit going on her way. Did you hear about it? She says TikTok stars ain't shit, pretty much.
Okay.
It shouldn't be fucking famous. So the first one is about a TikTok star. So TikTok star Remy Bader. Yeah. I feel like there's more of an echo here today. Says she was mocked for her weight after being turned away from a horse ranch. So Remy Bader, a TikTok star known for her realistic clothing haul videos, claimed that during a recent trip with other influencers... Ugh, that word is so annoying.
Influencer?
Yeah, I'm an influencer on the internet. No, you're a twat. A ranch wouldn't allow her to ride their horses due to her weight. In her initial TikTok post on Saturday, Bader shared a video of the ranch with the text over it saying, "Shout out to Deep Hollow Ranch in Montauk for making me leave because I weigh over 240 pounds. Holy shit. The video has received over 1.5 million views. The caption reads, "I rode horses before, and I've never had this issue." She asked them to advertise on their signs in the future. Deep Hollow Ranch did not immediately respond to the request for comment made via phone and email. The ranch itself appears to have two websites, one of which is a blog. It shares a link to its on its Facebook page. On the blog, there's a guide up to how much a horse can carry. The guide states a rider should be not more than 15% of the horse's weight. There's also a list of options for, quote, the best horse breeds for plus-size riders, end quote.
Plus-size riders.
On the ranch's other website, there's no information on the horses or weight restrictions, just information on the services offered and background on the ranch itself. So in a follow-up, she posted on her Instagram that she never wanted to hurt a small business, but said she was shocked by the way one of the ranch employees spoke to her and felt compelled to share her experience. Quote, I posted for a reason, and that's not because of me being denied to ride the horses. I get it. Some places have weight requirements, and I never want to hurt the horses. But it was the way I was spoken to and laughed at by the owner and the way I was treated overall. End quote, she wrote. So
she was $250, and you can't be 15% more, or sorry, you have to be 15% or lower of the horse's total weight. So what would that be? That'd be
look up what the average weight of a horse is, but I want to say it's around like maybe 1,500
horse weight.
So
660.
What?
660 pounds apparently is
the average weight of a horse.
That's what it's saying. Look, 660.
What?
I don't know what that's.
Okay,
about,
look up the average size of a quarter horse.
Oh, a quarter horse.
Something like that, yeah. So in a second TikTok, she stitched herself reacting to a video posted by TikTok user Brody Koff, who Deep Hollow Ranch confirmed in a Facebook post is a teenage employee. Yeah, 950 to 1,200 pounds. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and 250 is definitely more than 50%.
It's definitely more than
50? More
50?
than, yeah. Because 250 is 25% of 1,000. So assuming that horse was 1,000, then she's 10% over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say much, but...
Well, so... Oh, you're not done reading the article, are you?
Oh, last one is... I'll repeat this one. So in the second TikTok post, she stitched herself reacting to a video posted by TikTok user Brody Q, who Deep Hollow Ranch confirmed in a Facebook post is a teenage employee. In the video, TikTok user Brody Co. uses a derogatory term for a plus-size person. Quote, when you're not a fat bitch, you can ride at Deep Hollow Ranch, end quote. He says in response to one of Batter's video comments. Well...
So, this is what I was going to say. I am not a light person.
Neither am I.
I weigh more than her. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know what you weigh, but I'm going to say you're probably around the same.
Where are you at?
More than 250.
How are you at?
I'm not going to tell you.
Just tell me. I'll tell you.
No, it's embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
but for real, though.
Honestly.
I would not subject a horse to my size because I'm highly aware that they shouldn't be, having all that weight on their back. It's like camels. Elephants have a really, really weak back for their size.
Right.
So you shouldn't be riding elephants either.
Well,
it's animal cruelty. And while it sounds like I'm trying to insult someone who's heavy, it is actually a form of animal cruelty by putting.
Jesus.
But here's the thing: you have a horse that's probably weighs somewhere around 1,200 to 1,500 pounds.
Yeah.
Right, your stallion.
Yeah.
You know how much weight that horse can hold because it's your horse. You're aware.
I'm not doing fast, but I am trying to
Yeah, I know, but you're aware. Like you put him through the tests and all that shit. You can get on the horse and it's fine. But for a random person, and a random horse, you don't know the story. But if this was like a 900-pound horse and you're weigh 250, you're way more than what you should. That's for like a child. It's like a child-sized type horse. You wouldn't put like a 12-year-old kid on a little small pony that weighs like 400 pounds, right? You'd put them on the bigger horse because they're 12. No,
I've done it.
No, yeah, I had to do it.
But around the backyard, nothing, not like a trail ride.
But basically, my point of view is if you're too heavy to be on a horse, don't fucking argue with people. Just don't go on the horse. Or get a bigger horse.
Here's the deal. Just because you're pushing the media to accept the fact that you're fat as fuck doesn't mean that everyone's going to accept the fact that you're fat as fuck. Like, we're not seeing the world in rose-colored glasses like you want the media to look at it. We're seeing it with clear eyes. So here's the other thing. I don't know what these horses look like, but I'm assuming this is a dude ranch.
What's that?
A dude ranch is somewhere where you go, and all these city fucks will go, and like, I want the cowboy experience. Hey there, cowboy. Hey, hook, howdy. And it's like, that's a beautiful Corona fucking spring break cowboy hat. Where'd you get that? Walmart, you dumb twat? Oh, you bet I did. I came for the full cowboy experience in my Nike sneakers. And it's like, great. Hop on this fucking horse. And then you take them on this trail ride and you give them the whole, like, cowboy riding experience.
Down that way, about 50 miles, is the Salt River.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Yeah. So, where are you folks? And I've been on a trail ride with a dude ranch type of thing.
Yeah.
Because a buddy used to work there. So, we went on a trail ride. And they gave me, the rough horse, which I love it. I love wild horses.
Yeah.
The bucking and the trying to hold on and maneuvering and getting back under control. It's the greatest fucking adrenaline feel ever.
I did that too. Stella.
Yeah.
That shit was fun.
So, bottom line is, a lot of these horses are rescued horses. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When you come to my house, they're not rescue horses.
They're...
we bought them off of somebody.
Yeah.
They were young. We broke them in, whatever, worked on them. Yada, yada, yada. A lot of these dude ranches buy rescued horses.
Like, you mean like mistreated or something horses? Or like horses that they just...
Horses that going through auction and just look a little on the rough shape. Yes, rescued through some old person or somebody who neglected.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because number one, it's cheap. Number two, you're a non-profit bullshit. So, I'm tax-free. Mm-hmm. So... long story short, or whatever the phrase is, that's the deal.
Okay.
So with a rescued horse, you need to be more delicate with it and more fragile. So if a fucking 240-pound woman comes up, and I want to ride that one, it's like, no, bitch. That's
Yeah.
The bigger the horse, the better for you. But you got to look at size. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these horses, they're a little short. They're shorthand.
They're about 5 feet tall with the back is.
Yeah,
right?
give or take. You know what I mean? They're short for the most part. Like in Mustangs, you think, big and luscious.
Yeah.
They're small horses.
Yeah, they're pretty... Well, I mean, they have to be aerodynamic and shit.
Yeah, but they're small horses when trying to get at. They're not, they're not ponies and minis.
Yeah.
But, So when a big bitch like that fucking... I want to run here and ride a horse. It's like, I don't give a fuck how many followers you got, you fucking bitch. Like, you're not hopping on all my goddamn horses. But the news says you're accepting fat bitches. Not on fucking Ricky's back. I don't need no sway back horse around here. I'm going to send it to the glue factory if you hopped on that thing.
You're going to say that shit.
Anyhow, so moving on. So from horses, we go to elephants. Remember, like 2 episodes ago, I mentioned that California has made the honeybee a fish?
Oh, yeah, a fish.
Well, New York decided to do something similar, making a zoo at an elephant a human.
A zoo? Wait, an elephant at a zoo?
Make it into a human. Well... that went through court and got denied.
Okay.
So New York's top court on Tuesday rejected an effort to free Happy, the elephant from the Bronx Zoo. Oh, should I do this in New York accent?
In the Bronx?
From the Bronx.
Yeah, just do it.
Let's do it. Ruling actually does not meet the definitions of, quote, a person who is being illegally confined. The 5-2 decision by the State Court of Appeals affirms on earlier court decisions and means Happy will not be released through a habeas corpus proceeding, which is a way for people to challenge illegal confinement. The majority decision, written by Chief Judge Janet DeFiore, I know her, she's great, said that while no one disputes the elephants are intelligent beings deserving of proper care and compassion, a writ of habeas corpus is intended to protect the liberty of human beings and does not apply to a non-human animal like Happy. The case has been closely watched by animal rights activists and industries that depend on animals. The zoo and its supporters warned that a win for advocates of the Non-Human Right Project could open the door to more legal actions on behalf of animals, including pets and other species in zoos.
So they're trying to say that they denied the request because they don't want people to be saying, any animal in captivity, domestic or otherwise, is supposed to be, free.
Yeah, so this is mostly done by animal activists, which
Right,
if
obviously.
you ask anybody in the animal working field, they detest.
Yeah.
They hate it. PETA is like the biggest.
Yeah.
No matter what, if you're a rancher, a farmer, or a USDA meat processing plant, or anything like that, if you work with animals, whether you are giving them an afterlife or raising them just for raising,
Right.
PETA is like the biggest
Piece of shit.
Yeah, they're the biggest piece of shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about half the time. A lot of these animal activists don't. So what's going on here is, and if you ask them, they probably don't even have animals of themselves. They just probably hear rumors and assume things. They don't know the backstory or how it works or nothing. But sounds like because animals are majestic and smart animals, they said, oh, it's has the mentality of a smart human. Let's make it a human.
It has the mentality of like a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. They make it go. They went through court. It didn't. It got turned down. Because it just sounds pathetic as is.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It's an elephant. It's a species. And humans are species. Monkeys they have specific species for chimpanzees. There's a reason that they're not called humans is because they're not fucking human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I do agree that intelligence isn't something that you should be have captivity over. But they're not gonna be human. Now, if you want to say, hey, zoos are, basically just trying to take species from other places of the world and put them here for your entertainment, then could be like animal cruelty, I suppose. But some of these zoos, I think, are also like captivities to rehabilitate and to like keep them safe because they were born in captivity.
Yeah.
And if you put them out in the wild, they will die. Right?
Yeah.
But I think that's the only reason that zoos should exist. I don't think that you should breed them and to have a fucking,
The whole point of a zoo is to show and inform people of all the animals that are on God's green earth. All right? And the idea is, why are you looking at me?
I don't know. I feel like you're about to...
And the idea is to conserve them. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
And to appreciate them. And yes, some of them do have breeding programs. But you gotta look at it on why do they have the breeding program. You start off with, there's not a lot of wild animals out in the wild on certain type of animals. Does that make sense?
Like the white rhino.
So like the rhino. The rhino's one. Elephants are becoming extinct slowly. Tigers is another one. So when you can't...
Polar bears.
Polar bears. Pandas. So a lot of these animals don't have a chance out in the wild, and their numbers are depleting very, very fast. So what zoos try to do is they try to keep them around for us, right? With the idea of, I'm assuming, when this can be controlled or when there is a reserve open, they can put them in there and keep this animal going for the rest of its life for us to enjoy and watch and appreciate.
Okay, I can.
Does that make sense?
That. I just don't.
It's not a Barnum and Bailey circus thing. It's not It's not a outside the front of the Kmart parking lot fucking little petting zoo thing where you got kangaroos and yada yada. That's what the point of a zoo is.
So this is what I'm gonna say.
To learn and appreciate the animals.
I think that that's a good way to look at it. I still don't think though that it's hard to say because when you have a zoo,
I call bigot.
When you have a zoo and there's captivity for the animals, you don't want to keep them just staying in captivity because then the problem just keeps going. But you have to take the animals out and work them into the wild, and that way they can go and
Gotcha.
survive. Right? I feel like that's how it should be. But some zoos breed and they just stay in captivity for the rest of their lives, and then it just keeps going. I don't know.
Moving on.
This is interesting.
Thank you for your point of view.
Oh.
Two electrocuted while trying to steal copper wiring at North Phoenix sports field.
Oh, this is gonna be funny, huh? This is Arizona, you said?
It's quick. It's quick. It's not. Do you want to do it or do we move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So a man and a woman are dead after they were electrocuted while trying to steal copper wires in a North Phoenix neighborhood Wednesday.
They're on meth.
They had to be tweakers.
Yeah, they had to be
It
tweakers.
happened just before 6 a.m. at a field at the Rose Mulford Sports Complex near 23rd Avenue and Sherrill Drive. Well, that says it all. Which is south of Peoria Avenue. Yep.
That's
when first
definitely
responders arrived, they found the two identified victims dead. The pair had touched in-ground electrical wires while trying to steal the copper, police said. APS says the equipment is in hard-to-access area and someone would have to really make an effort to access the wires. Nearly 150 people who lived in the area were briefly without power. Moving on.
Fucking idiots. No, it's like that's actually a huge problem in Arizona with people. Yeah, tweakers and people that are just trying to get money. Stealing copper wiring from it's usually baseball, football fields with those big ass lights because there's a lot of copper wiring in those lights because it needs its own power source basically, and there's a lot of energy that gets generated through this. So they just let's just go in there, steal the copper, and then we'll make $200-$300 from the copper. We'll just sell it to the junkyard and get that much money.
Not even that, $50.
Maybe, I don't know, but I'm just coming up with random.
Yeah,
but it's a decent way to steal, without getting caught. Because who monitors, school football fields after hours, right?
Yeah.
No one. So you just steal it and leave, basically. But these people died because of it, so that's definitely, something that happens. Wear rubber gloves next time, maybe, I don't know.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, looks like they found out.
Moving on. So a private Christian school teacher allegedly sexted student planned to sneak him in a home while husband was at work. I'm gonna say this again. If a little kid has taken your fucking wife, you are failing so fucking bad, and he's either a man, a husband, or that just little dick is just too fucking tiny for her or something, man. So a 38, come on, man, what is she gonna say? Wow, your small dick reminds me of my husband. Well, you might be an inch bigger. So a 38-year-old teacher at a private Christian high school in Florida was arrested.
Oh, it's a Florida one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, come down to Florida where we fucking gators and rolling swamps with skeeters all day long today. Loving Florida with you, babe, is the way I want to be.
Gonna need to record that for our...
Just
we gotta make a jingle for the Florida.
Oh my god,
thing,
how about
man.
we just combine all the songs I've done and just edit and paste and make it flow?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. So, Julie Kinsey Hoover, a teacher at the Point of Grace Christian School in Perry, was taken into custody on Wednesday and charged with one count of an authority figure soliciting or engaging in sexual contact with a student. According to an arrest affidavit obtained by Thomasville CBS affiliate WCTV, the investigation into Hoover began when the mother of an 18-year-old senior at the school found a series of lascivious?
Let me see.
It's like the top second paragraph, second sentence. Lascivious? Lashes?
Levation? I don't know. I've never seen that word before.
Let's
just call it
sexy,
explicit.
lavishing.
Let's call it explicit messages.
Messages that had been exchanged between her child and Hoover. The mother contacted deputies at the Taylor County Sheriff's Office to report the messages. Per the report, the mother specifically found messages indicating that Hoover was planning to sneak the student into her home while her husband was at work.
Oh my God.
Sheriff's Office detective reportedly found that Hoover and the team began exchanging messages in March 2022 and continued through April 2022, okay. Not March to March.
So a month.
During that time period, the student was reportedly enrolled in more than one class taught by Hoover. Well, fuck. Who can blame him? Hoover was released from custody at approximately 10:10 p.m. on Thursday after posting cash bond of $15,000, according to online jail records.
The student was 18?
Yeah, that's what it said.
So it's technically not illegal.
But since it's under a school thing?
Yeah, it's probably... because it said authority figure trying to, like, basically solicit sex with the kid, or with the student.
Yeah.
But, I mean, wouldn't that technically be, like, the same charge if you were to be in college? Like, dating a student, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's technically not illegal because they're both adults. I don't know.
No, that's a weird one. So the cash bond of $15,000 according to online jail records. While the student in question was 18 years old at the time, the alleged interaction took place. Florida law prohibits adults who are employed by volunteering at or under contract with a school from soliciting or engaging in sexual conduct, a relationship of romantic nature, or lewd conduct with a student. So there goes that.
Okay.
So according to the link page, Hooper has been employed by Point of Grace as a math teacher since 2018. She also held a program specialist position with the Florida Network of Children's Advocacy Centers and was a finance director with the Boys and Girls Club of North Central Florida. She just loves kids.
She just loves them.
Loves them.
I love you so much.
I love you all. Come with me while my husband's gone. All of you
Andy!
Ever heard of bukkake?
Jesus Christ.
My husband's gone. All you men, drop your pants. What was that? Okay. What?
No, nothing.
What? Too far?
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too far?
No.
That's what I do best.
Oh, yeah.
Call me Mr. Too Far.
Call me Mr. Balls Deep.
Whoa. Well, that's what this little boy did to her.
Speaking of little boys, apparently there was a medical malpractice going on over there with a 3-year-old. What was it? 4-year-old.
I was trying to figure out where you were going
with
this, but yeah. So we're sleeping to them. Now we go to chopping them off. So we're getting there. So a 4-year-old gets an unintentional vasectomy during a hernia surgery. Common mistake.
Happens all the time.
It's all in the balls. So, according to Randy Sorrells, an attorney in Houston, the 4-year-old had surgery to treat a hernia in the groin area. At some point during the surgery, Sorrell says the 4-year-old had an, quote, unintentional vasectomy. End quote. You expect things to happen in life, but not unnecessarily at the hands of a surgeon, who simply cut the wrong piece of anatomy, said Sorrells. The surgeon, we think, cut accidentally the vas deferens. The vas deferens? One of the tubes that carries the reproductive semen in it. It could affect this young man for the rest of his life. Online records reveal the surgeon has no history of malpractice and has 0 issues reported before. Quote, it's not a common mistake at all, end quote, said Sorrells. Quote, before a doctor transects or cuts any part of the anatomy, they are supposed to positively identify what that anatomy is and then cut. Here, the doctor failed to accurately identify the anatomy that needed to be cut. Unfortunately, cut his vas deferens. That wasn't found out until it was sent in for pathology, end quote. Sorrell says the advancements in medical technology could allow the young boy to someday have children. However, that will likely require more surgery. Sorrells believes the boy will always have fertility issues.
Yeah, I could see that. Because wouldn't that technically cut, like,
a nut off?
Hormone, like, production.
Testosterone.
Yeah, like that type of stuff. Like, it could. And that could stunt, like, growth in, obviously,
I guess so.
You know, those areas.
On the plus side,
I would sue. Because, I mean, listen. Even if the doctor hasn't, or the surgeon hadn't had any other reported things, you know, my child is now going through another surgery that is totally that should have been totally unnecessary, and it could affect him for the rest of his life. That's like $1 million suit right there, in my opinion. That'd be like easy money. Because then you have to pay for the surgery on top of it. So that's my opinion. I'd be pretty upset as a parent if that was my kid. Let me guess, that happened in Florida.
Well, Houston.
Okay. Happy Juneteenth.
I think in the plus side, I think I'd just be like, well, you'll never have to worry about getting a bitch pregnant.
That is true. And that's actually been a huge topic to talk about.
Fuck them if you got them.
Yeah, that's even a huge topic to talk about. It's like, what if you had every... I think that's something we already talked about, like, in a way earlier episode.
Yeah, we talked
If we had, like, you know, have every man between the age of, like, 12 and, like, 14 get a vasectomy, so that way they can't produce semen and accidentally get someone pregnant. That'd be like a better option to protect against unwanted pregnancies, in my opinion. And then you can also still have sex. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Maybe it's good for him. Maybe it's bad. Don't know. That's up to the parents to decide.
That's right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure. I say, fuck them all, bro.
Fuck them if you got.
Fuck them all. Fat ones, skinny ones, you name it. Because I'm going to give you advice, little boy, who got a vasectomy instead of hernia surgery.
Who's going to listen to this in like 15 years?
Yeah, you'll listen to it when you're probably, 18. And I'm going to tell you right now, life is like a buffet. Oh, it's all spread out in front of you, but you just don't eat all of it. And also, you can't always have filet mignon. Sometimes you got to have McDonald's. So don't be picky on what you get.
Sometimes you got to have Arby's.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta have that roast beef from Arby's. And then sometimes you just want a nice, big, thick, juicy tomahawk steak.
Let's move on.
Oh, yeah? Alright. Hey, yeah.
Nya, cigüeña.
Uganda on Wednesday said recent exploration service.
Is that what you think they sound like?
Yes.
Oh my god, you gotta listen to some Africans.
Has shown it has gold ore deposits of about 31 million tons. And they want to attract big investors.
That's like
to
French.
Develop the sector. No, it's not.
That's
Fuck you. No. French people are like, over the last 2 weekends, aerial exploration was done across the country. Well, I don't even know what that one was.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You ruined it.
No, you gotta
There goes
be like,
all the fun.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
That's what I was doing! Okay, Mr. Amin.
Let me see.
Read it.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Here's the first. Here's the first, everybody.
Uganda on Wednesday said recent exploration surveys have shown it has gold ore deposits of about 31 million tons, and it wants to attract big investors to develop this sector, dominated by small wildcat miners.
Keep going.
That was good. That was
good. Yeah.
Maybe I should be the.
Happy Juneteenth.
Jesus Christ. Just take it. Oh my god. Take it, Master, take it! Oh my god. We're going to hell.
Oh fuck. Where'd you left off?
Here, like, it's...
Oh my god.
Wildcat miners, so go start this one right there.
Oh, this is why I love doing this show. Oh my god.
I am sweating.
I am.
It's hot in here.
I think I'm just crying of laughter. What? Wildcat Manners?
Miners. Wildcat miners.
Where do you see Wildcat?
Right there. It said right. Wildcat miners right there. So go right there.
Oh my god, you barely read anything!
Yeah, I know. You just handed it to me and said read. I'm like, all right.
I read the whole thing. So over the last few years, aerial exploration was done across the country, followed by geophysical and geochemical surveys and analysis. Solomon Muyita, spokesperson for the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, told Reuters. Mujita said an estimated 320,158 tons of refined gold could be extracted from the 31 million tons of ore. Most of the deposits were discovered in Karamoja, a parched, sprawling area in the country's northeastern corner on the border with Kenya. Large reserves were also found in eastern, central, and western areas of the eastern African country.
You know what it sounds like to me? Sounds like Uganda needs some freedom.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody! Mujita said, holy shit. Mujita said, Wagagai, a Chinese company, had set up a mine in Busia in eastern Uganda and was expected to start production this year. Wagagai had invested $200 million, he said, and its mine will have refining unit. President Yoweri Museveni's government has been seeking to ramp up investment in mining to develop resources like copper, iron ore, gold, cobalt, and phosphates. Parliament early this year enacted a new mining law that, once signed by the president, will pave way for the creation of a state mining company. The company will compulsorily acquire a 15% stake in every mining operation.
Compulsory, I think you're talking.
That's probably it. Yeah. Investors will be required to sign a production sharing agreement with the government.
So this is what I was thinking. Either this is a hoax, and they just didn't find gold ore, and they just want,
fame.
Well, like
yeah,
national news or whatever, and just trying to get people to invest in their country. It's either it's a hoax or it's real. Either way, it's bad, because the last thing that you want to do as a third world country, and this, I'm going to say this is true because of the Middle East, is to announce that we have what's it called, a resource that has to be extracted from the earth. Yeah, that has to be extracted from the earth, refined, and then it has a very high sell value. Now, here's the thing: if there is gold ore there, and it's not just like fake shit, that's going to lower the price of gold around the world, because now there's more of it, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Since the beginning of time, basically before this discovery, around the same time the whole California gold boom thing happened in like the 18 to 1900s. Around that time, there was only so much of it. It was like maybe 2 or 3 Olympic pools worth of gold in the world, and then California and everyone's like, oh my god, all this gold, and then it like exponentially increased. So gold dropped in value, and I'm pretty sure that's why the United States ditched the gold standard and just went with their own currency. So if they're now saying that Uganda has all this gold, people are like, well, gold's worthless now, basically, because now it's as common as copper or some shit. It's something that's like really readily available. So maybe it's good for people to buy for wedding rings now because it's really cheap. But if someone's country relies on gold and that's how they trade and get their money, then they're fucked. Yeah. So it's either really good for someone or it's really bad for someone, and I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. It's probably not going to be a thing for like a few years because it takes a long time to set up that, Do
you believe that once a third world country, and I'm going to use this more strikes oil?
You're talking about like
yeah, or just like anything in general, you know what I mean? Like something with fortune, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe they will rise or they will destroy themselves?
They destroy themselves because it's greed,
right?
Because they're aware of how much money you can get from oil.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And they want to be in control of it, and that's Have you ever seen There Will Be Blood, the movie?
No.
Oh, great movie! Like probably in my top 20. Great fucking movie. It's about basically it's kind of like a historical biography, but it's more of a drama of like the first person to strike it rich with oil in the United States, and it's based off a true story, murder and all that other shit. This guy like almost loses his son. Actually, maybe he does. I'm not really sure, but basically he gets like an ocean of oil, but he has nowhere to like put it, so it's just like a shitload of oil. And then he starts refining it, and now he's like a oil tycoon, basically.
What's it called?
There Will Be Blood.
That movie's new, isn't it?
No, it came out like 8 years ago or more. Yeah. But it still holds its value.
I feel like I saw a trailer for it. Something similar like that not too long ago.
It's a really, really good movie.
Anyways.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes. The Fed raises interest rate by 75 basis points in historic move to fight inflation. So the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by 75 basis points for the first time in nearly 3 decades as policymakers intensify their fight to cool red-hot inflation, a move that threatens to slow U.S. economic growth and exacerbate financial pressures on Americans. The 75 basis point hike, the first since 1994, underscores just how serious Fed officials are tackling the inflation crisis. After a string of alarming economic reports, the move puts the key benchmark federal funds rate at a range between 1.50% to a 1.75%, the highest since the pandemic began 2 years ago. Officials also laid out an aggressive path of rate increases for the remainder of the year. New economic projections released after the 2-day meetings showed policymakers expect interest rates to hit a 3.4% by the end of 2022, which would be the highest level since 2008. By comparison, the March estimate showed that officials had penciled in rates hitting 2.5% by year's end. Quote, inflation remains elevated, reflecting supply and demand imbalances related to the pandemic, higher energy prices, and broader price pressures, end quote. The Fed said in the post-meeting statement.
Okay. So do you know what that means?
Yeah, so what's going on here is, from my understanding and from it sounds like, so if you listen to what's going on today with the Biden administration, it sounds very similar to the Jimmy Carter administration. So the way to, from my understanding, so just keep that in mind what I just said.
Okay.
So the way, from my understanding, is the only way to battle inflation is you must raise the interest rate.
Yes.
Right? And then from there, it'll balance it out and you can go from there.
So the reason for that...
Okay, I wasn't done.
Oh, shit. My God.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. I cut you off sometimes too, let's be honest.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So what I'm trying to get at is, I talked to somebody and they brought up the fact that they asked somebody from the era of Jimmy Carter, how does it work? And what can we see? So pretty much what he mentioned is, well, what's going to happen is once Jimmy Carter was gone, it took 2 hours to balance itself out in the Reagan era. So here's the deal. So I don't remember what year it was under the Jimmy Carter situation that happened similar to what we're seeing now.
Somewhere in the late 70s, I think.
Well, right, but is the first year, second year, third year, fourth year the term, or was there a second term? You know what I mean?
I think he only had one term.
So what I'm trying to get at is, Biden right now is in his second year of his term.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Federal Reserve does kick in, it almost sounds like if 2 years after, interest rates and all to settle, even it out, but get back to normal, it might sound like by the end of the Biden administration, we should be good. Now,
and
who knows?
People are going to say, oh, it's because he's gone. That's the reason.
Well,
or maybe it's just because of time. But this is what I was going to say. The reason behind that reasoning is that if you make it harder for people to buy things and take loans, then less people take loans.
Right.
Okay? So if you have like a bunch of people saying, oh yeah, rates are super low, I can borrow money and not have to pay back a lot, then you're fine. So this is like with big purchases like cars and houses, right?
I know what you mean.
I want to borrow $400,000 to $500,000. So if the interest rates are like 2%, then I can borrow $400,000 or $500,000 and only have to pay like fucking like $10,000 to $15,000 extra or something like that because it's so low. But if you double that or triple that, then it goes from $15,000 to $30,000 or $45,000. Now it's more expensive to take out a loan. So people are like, it might not be a good investment for me because now I have to pay more money and all this other stuff.
But my thing. Oh,
yeah, like I was almost done.
Okay.
So that's the idea. Right now, it's like a runaway capitalism, free market thing. No, I'm serious. Where people are like, this housing situation that Arizona's having is a commodity, and people need this commodity right now. So I'm gonna jack up these prices. I mean, it doesn't help that it doesn't help that lumber's crazy expensive and labor's crazy expensive. But it doesn't help that the companies that are behind building these houses in Arizona are saying, "Oh, people are moving here from all over the country, and I can raise the price to whatever the fuck I want because this is a free market." It doesn't. Well, so basically, they're saying that in order for the government to stop Arizona builders from doing that, they want to jack up the interest prices federally all over the nation, so that way these people that are building houses can't just arbitrarily say, I'm going to charge you like way more than what I should be.
But the problem
because it's harder to get a loan.
The problem here is, and that's not really a capitalism thing. I think it's really of how do I describe it? I think it's not really. It's just. It's almost like you're playing to see how far you can go.
What do you mean?
So, in other words, the Arizona folks can't pay $400,000-$500,000 for a home, but these people from other states can. It starts off with like 200,000.
No, I know, but
and then 300, then 400. Okay,
no,
let's go bump it another 100.
Yeah,
and let's bump it another 100. I don't think it's really a capitalism thing. I think it's
it is a capitalism.
It's like, let's see how much we can. How far can we go?
And that's fine, and I understand where you're coming from. And
I'm not for it. I know, but
that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what they're doing.
That's what I'm trying to say. The federal government is trying to fight because the companies are taking advantage of the fact that Arizona people, unless you live in Scottsdale and you're making $100,000 a year or something, can't afford a normal house, a starter home. They can't afford it, but they still need to live here, and they're tired of living in apartments. So like, well, we do know money's coming in from other states like California, Colorado, the East,
the West Coast mostly,
and they make more money, per hour or whatever salary because it's more expensive to live there. So when they sell their home that's worth, millions of dollars over there and move here for a much cheaper, much nicer house, they know that they have that money. So they're like, we're just going to keep raising the prices because they can afford it. They can pay. Now, we don't give a shit about the people that live here because we're still making our money.
Yeah.
But if they make the interest rates higher for everybody and say, if you want to take out a loan, you're going to have to pay us, the government, more money in order to borrow the money, then people are like, I don't think I want to do that now because now it's going to cost me more money. Like, if it was 2% still, sure. But it's like 5%. And they're talking about raising it to like 6 or 7% by the end of the year.
Why not? Fuck it.
But yeah,
fuck it. You're fucking us already in the ass with fuel. Fuck it. Fuck it. Raise it that high and screw all those fuckers that keep coming over here.
And that's the idea to fight the inflation. Is to stop people from borrowing so much money and making everything fucking expensive.
We become such a whore state. Like, all these fuckers just keep coming over here and fucking us over. It's true.
No, I know. Yeah, let's not get into that.
You brought the West Coast. Hold on, just before we go into the last one, I have to share this. I trained this guy on I think it was Monday or Tuesday.
Trained him? What do you mean?
Like, he might come on board with us for work.
Oh, okay.
So I had to train him to kind of show him what we do, kind of give him the feel for it.
Okay.
He did a ride along. And he's an older guy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, dude, yeah, I moved out here from Huntington Beach, California," and I'm just like, and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And he goes, "Yeah, me and my wife, we found he said a lot more, and I have so much I don't like this guy at all, so much, but I'm just going to get to the point. But he goes, "Yeah, me and my wife, we found a townhome for $250,000. I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. But it's a townhome, so it's smaller, but
way smaller.
Yeah.
Remember what houses used to cost out here? Fuck, out by me it was $250,000 for a house on an acre.
Yeah. That's
so,
a large plot of land and a decent house.
Yeah, and this is a shitty little home for old people for $250,000.
It's generally a 2-story because it's smaller. You don't have a backyard really.
Yeah,
and it's kind of small. And you're kind of packed in like a sardine.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're worth it, but
whatever. Yeah.
But he goes, oh yeah, and I didn't think that was too much, and I'm like, I kind of make faces, and he goes, what, is that bad? I'm like, that's a little high in my opinion for a little home like that.
Yeah, it's like $80,000 more than you should have paid.
Yeah, and he goes, well, I thought it was good. What do you want? And he got a little attitude on me, and I'm just like, well, I want an acre and a house.
Yeah.
Well, how much do you want to pay? Like $250,000 to $300,000.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't gonna find that. Nothing besides you're gonna find that in $400,000 and $500,000. And I straight up told them well, it wasn't like that until everybody fucking moved out here and ruined the fucking market.
And you started looking at him?
And y'all didn't even look at him. I'm fucking driving, and I'm like, I'm about to lose it on this fucker. The nastiest fucking thing is the motherfucker would fart in the cab of the truck and then roll the window down and would not say a fucking thing. And I would I would smell that shit. And I'm like, this fucking slob. And then sure as shit, I bought this gun, and he pulls out the fucking gun. And I'm like, this son of a bitch. He goes, I unclogged it. Oh, yeah, I moved out here and I got this gun, and I have multiple clips around the house because you never know. And I'm like, it just keeps ruining my theory. You don't have guns over there. You weren't raised around them. You don't know how to respect them. You come over here.
Look at my gun.
Yeah, look at my gun. Yeah. Unclipping it and everything, and look at this thing. And I'm just like, And yeah, he's like, oh, you never know. That's why I have clips around the house. I'm like, okay, Tom Cruise, fucking fat, ugly 64-year-old. You're going to actually protect somebody. Motherfucker's going to come in and shoot you in a heartbeat. Oh, there goes all the clips I had around the fucking house.
There's Francisco's rant for the week, everybody. We got to move on. We have one more.
I know.
Calm down. I'm proud of you, though.
Thanks. I try to contain
Get those feelings out.
I have to. It's very therapeutic for me.
Where's my... Okay.
Aww, thanks. Last but not least, we got a bit of wrestling news.
Oh, sweaty men grabbing each other.
Josh, you're fired!
Is that supposed to be Trump?
It's supposed to be Vince McMahon.
Oh.
And that was his thing. So, Vince McMahon is in a lot of heat right now because... As reported by the Wall Street Journal, the WWE board is investigating a, quote, secret, end quote, $3 million settlement that Vince McMahon is to believe have paid a former employee. He allegedly had an affair with. The former employee was said to left the company in January 2022 after being there since 2019 as a paralegal. And, quote, the separation agreement, end quote, reportedly bars her from talking about her relationship with McMahon. The WWE board started an investigation in April, and the investigation has reportedly unearthed some more non-disclosure agreements of a similar nature that involves claims against McMahon and current WWE head of talent relations, Johnny Laurinaitis. Real quick, so Vince McMahon, we all know, is the owner of the World Wrestling Entertainment business.
He's the man.
And he's married to, I believe she was in the cabinet of Donald Trump. She was something in Connecticut, government-wise.
Sure. Yeah.
Johnny Laurinaitis is obviously head of relations. Is the brother of the Road Warrior Animal. You don't know, it's an older type thing. Bottom line, but is married to. Do you ever heard the Bellas?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's married to the Bellas' mom.
Oh.
So technically speaking, both these guys had an affair with their wives. I hate the Bellas so much as a wrestling fan. I think they're garbage. So the board has...
But they're hot.
No, they're not. I don't find them hot at all.
They have big boobs.
No, yeah, plastically and done. I seen their debut. I was around when that happened. They were nearly flat-chested. The report has reportedly retained the services of New York-based law firm Simpson Thacher and Bartlett, LLP, to conduct the investigation. The preliminary findings suggest that McMahon used his own personal funds to pay the former female employee who signed the agreements. rather than the company funds. A WWE spokesperson said that the company is fully complying with the investigation and that the relationship with the ex-paralegal was consensual. Neither McMahon nor Laurinaitis directly respond after being asked for comments, but WWE's lawyer, Jerry McDevitt, said WWE did not pay any monies to the ex-employee on her departure. It is believed that the WWE board members learned of the $3 million agreement in a series of anonymous emails that were sent by someone claiming to be a friend of the ex-paralegal. The first email alleged that McMahon hired the woman at a salary of $100,000, but it was increased to $200,000 after he began a sexual relationship with her. It also alleges that McMahon, quote, gave her like a toy, end quote, to Laurinaitis.
My God.
The email stated, quote, my friend was so scared, so she quit after Vince McMahon and lawyer Jerry, paid her millions of dollars to shut up, end quote. The $3 million NDAs were believed to have been an upfront payment of $1 million, with the remaining $2 million to be paid over a 5-year period.
So they were using company money to pay her off.
It sounded like it started with him paying her out of his own pocket.
And then, like, it got too crazy.
And then got to, and then, to shut up, he ended up giving her more. He has now stepped down.
Ooh.
So
this has happened.
This happened this week. This is like the big news in wrestling this week, that the big boss has stepped down. So he has stepped down as CEO. Word is he's still doing creative in wrestling.
Okay.
His daughter, who stepped down a month ago, is now the interim CEO and interim chairwoman. She's obviously the daughter of Vince McMahon.
Right.
So he also made a cameo on SmackDown Friday.
This Friday.
This week,
2 days ago.
Beginning of the week, you found out about this. Like a day or two later, he stepped down. And then on Friday, he showed up. Live in front of everybody.
And
everybody cheered him. Everybody sang his theme song.
No one knew then.
Well, no, everybody knew, but it was one of those, oh, fuck, it's the boss. And the song, no chance. Yeah. And everyone's like, ah. And he did his little stupid strut. And so he made a brief cameo on SmackDown, despite all the above intrigue.
Yeah.
McMahon still decided to make an appearance on Friday Night SmackDown. He received a mixed but overall enthusiastic reaction as he entered the ring, and he invoked the WWE's then, now, forever together slogan, tossed his microphone, and walked out of the ring. So I watched this, and I was thinking he was going to be like, some of you have seen some allegations of me, and I just want to tell you that, we'll get through this, and I'll be back as the boss of the board, yeah, or something like that. It was it was rambling, like, well, WWE will be here then, and now, and forever, and yes, forever together, we'll all here, and dropped the mic and took off, and it was just like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, everyone's here like, oh shit, he might say something, he might, and now and forever, yeah.
Drugs.
Well, no, not drugs, but egomaniac, and then took off.
Yeah.
So, this is still an ongoing story. I wish you would have seen that video I sent you. But it kind of gave you the timeline, because the way it was is, I'll do a quick one, is Stephanie McMahon quit.
Okay.
And she said, oh, I just wanted more time with my family. Time went by. This happened. So now there was rumors before this happened. Oh, they were trying to get her fired. They were trying to do this, and like McMahon will fire anybody if they're not worth being there. Why even have them, whether it be family or not?
Yeah.
So now this happened. He had to step down, and now it's like, oh, Stephanie, you're now the new interim CEO chairman. So it's like, after you guys trying to fire her. So now there's that. Add the fact that they see this woman as a toy. I don't know how the fuck that works. Like, yeah, I fucked her, and here you go, Laurinaitis. Here you go. Have this toy, pal.
I mean,
does that make sense? Like, it's some weird shit.
Yeah, that stuff still happens. It doesn't just happen in
I know. I'm not saying. Yeah, no, I'm saying this isn't Europe.
No, it doesn't just happen in Europe.
Oh, yeah. Are like, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but it is interesting because the word is, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Yes, lawsuits, and I know you're the lawsuit guy, and you're suing.
I would say that you would look at it like it's the Papa John's issue, where the CEO is creating like a shitstorm for the company.
Yeah.
Where they would be like...
You nailed it.
Yeah, like it's like, maybe we shouldn't have this dude representing our company. You know?
So that's why he stepped down. Obviously, he put his daughter, or the board did. Mm-hmm. But now you're looking at two things. They are Friday nights, they're on Fox. And Monday nights on USA, which I think is owned by the USA Network. I mean NBC Network. Okay. So
isn't NBC Disney?
No, that's Fox. So they're on Fox and they're on NBC. If this gets really overdone, not overdone, but if it creates a lot of backlash. Is NBC gonna back away from them? I mean, technically speaking, WWE, the network, their platform, whatever, was on their own. I think a year or two, they're now on the Peacock. So are they gonna pull them off from the Peacock, or Fox gonna pull them away? So it comes down to how big and how crazy is this gonna get.
I don't think they would end up dropping the network because of one person.
Well, I'm talking about the show.
I don't think they dropped the show because of one person. I think maybe if like the basis of the network or the company or whatever of WWE was founded on something that was really shitty, like slavery, let's just say. Obviously, it's
Juneteenth.
I'm just using an example. Obviously, it's a ridiculous example, but like let's say. It's like, WWE was started because we had people to fight for us, like Mandingos or something like that. Then it'd be like, oh no, we're gonna drop you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So I would they would stop supporting them. But if it was just one person having an affair, I feel like that shit happens all the time.
And it was consensual.
Well.
But then it just sounds like
it got out of hand.
Sounded like it, yeah. It sounded like it started out like, oh, you wanna sleep with me, pal? Here's 100,000 million, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, yeah. And then it became, it's like, then it's like more money, and then I'm going to toss you over to my talent relation guy, and now he's going to fuck you. And it's like,
for more money.
Yeah, we really need you to shut the fuck up now. And
And she's like, no, I want $1 million more.
Yeah. And I'll just spread my legs more, and then, oh, God, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I'm out. But sign this closing agreement.
NDA,
Yeah.
I don't know. That does sound like a pretty interesting developing story. It's gonna be something like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, where it's like
kinda.
It's like oh shit, something happened, and now we're gonna wait a couple of months to find out what's gonna happen, and yeah.
Kinda, not too far from that actually. So
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I don't know,
but yeah. Cool. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, right on. Well, we already said it 5 more times.
You should have watched that video. I feel like you would have put more into it.
I think I...
But since you didn't, you're like, I could care too less. Wrestling.
I mean...
Oh, God, I'm not... Fuck.
I used to watch wrestling.
Did you?
Yeah, for like 2 years.
Oh, what were you watching? Around what time?
This would have been like 2011.
Who were you into? You say John Cena, I'm going to strangle you.
No, it was like... I want to say like the Viper or something.
Oh, Randy Orton?
Yeah, there you go, Randy. And then it was like an Irish dude.
Sheamus?
Yeah.
They're still there.
I thought they were... He's still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought those were like two interesting characters, I guess. Because Randy Orton like never spoke for some reason.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, and then Sheamus was kind of like an asshole the entire time.
The pale guy, right?
Yeah,
with his fucking hair kind of like the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like got into WWE when it was like really boring.
Yeah.
And then apparently people started dying and shit.
I don't know who.
No,
okay.
Wasn't that guy? He was like he always wore like an American flag or some shit, and he like broke his arm or something happened where he couldn't be in WWE for like 2 years.
Kurt Angle?
I don't know.
So
but that happened after I stopped watching. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like crazy shit started to happen.
Oh, was it Jack Swagger?
It might have been.
The guy in the singlet, blonde hair.
He definitely had
with a lisp.
I'm not sure about the lisp.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But he was like supposed to be getting married to some girl, and they like broke it off or something
on TV.
I don't know. I don't remember. It happened after it happened after I stopped watching. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was it a short guy with a beard?
I don't know. You keep wanting these details, dude.
I do.
This was almost a decade ago. I stopped watching. Actually, it probably was a decade.
Why'd you quit watching?
It just got boring. I was tired of it because it's not real. It's a reality TV show. The moves are actually real. They're actually getting hit.
Yeah, the storyline. I know how it works.
I know. But they're not like, oh, I'm gonna hit you with this chair and I know it's gonna hurt you type of shit. Like if they hit him with a chair, they've done the choreograph.
How does someone describe it? It's supposed to be a sports based
not sport
entertainment type of thing.
That's why it's called WWE, because entertainment.
Yeah,
they don't call it, if it was just WW, then it's not entertainment. It's supposed to be wrestling.
No. Well, I mean, the cat got out of the bag, so now everybody knows, everything behind the ropes and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean,
so it just kind of ruins.
But it's always been like that.
It ruins
like
the magic
years.
for it,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it comes down to how the material is done. You know what I mean? Right now, it's.
Is it shitty?
It's
just like annoying.
There's some good ones and there's some bad ones.
Like the Bellas.
So the Bellas haven't been around, and every time they come, I run to the bathroom and I throw up so much. Like I throw up. They're garbage. They're a slap to the face to wrestling. I just fucking hate them. But right now, there's another wrestling promotion called AEW.
Who?
AEW. All Elite Wrestling, yeah. Elite Wrestling. That's on TNT or whatever. They both got their goods and bads, both WWE and AEW. But they also got their good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So sometimes they got storylines and the wrestling's fucking good, and then sometimes it's this like jokey, like slap in the face to the people type of thing. WWE does it a lot more. For cater to kids.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to see WWE.
Yeah.
When I went to see him like last year, I think it was. You could tell who they were trying to cater for kids. And I was just like...
I mean, they stopped cursing and shit, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
AEW is more like risky. They'll be saying fuck and they'll get bleeped and they say shit and the middle finger and it's like, what the fuck? Where's the FCC, man? But I just remember this fat little kid like left of me and they're like a row ahead. Yay! And John Cena came out, this other wrestling chick too. Not in the same segment, but her name's Bianca Belair. I can't get behind her. I like more Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair. She's fucking savage. But it was just this little fat kid. I love you, Bianca! And I'm just like, I hope they kick her ass. Like, fuck you, little twat. Like, you don't know what you're doing. So, anywho.
Well, I think that's going to be our show for today.
Yes, it is.
Next week, we're going to try to get some... I think that we should probably get a guest in here in a couple weeks, I think. Like episode 17, I'm thinking. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Anyways. Alright, well, that's our show.
Are you talking about the guest thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we're working on a guest. We're trying to get that figured out. And then I think a week or two, we're going to be a guest on somebody's podcast. Mm-hmm. And eventually we would like for them to be on ours. And we will kick off the guest tour.
Yeah. Gonna have some interesting talks. I'm hoping it's gonna be. It's not gonna be the exact type of show. It's gonna be like a special type of thing. I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're trying to do like maybe a once a month type of thing. Maybe pushing it at 2 a month. We'll have a guest. I mean, obviously, some of them might be hit and misses, but it's worth it. It's trying to expand and trying to get out there.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're about. We're explorers, like Christopher Columbus.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
All right. You'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. So, hey, this is about an hour, and this is Cisco, and this is Josh.
Yeah.
And like and subscribe. We're on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube and Spotify and
message us on Reddit if you have your own
yes,
podcast.
Yes,
and we will see if we can have you as a guest as well.
Yes, that's right. And that's all I got. I'm horrible at these.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Later. I thought you already hit
awkward as fuck.
I thought you hit the outro.
No.
All right. Well, from us to you, and we'll see you around.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doodly.